What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Last Wraps baseball video. This time we are going to do a Topps 2016 insert review. And the insert that we're going to look at and to go back through was from the perspective set. And I personally think that this is one of the nicest photography featured sets that Topps has come out with in recent years, at least in their base stuff. So the first one up is Andrew McCutchen, and I think the idea is they're trying to give you a perspective of what the player is looking at from their view on the field and what he sees. And of course, McCutchen, when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates in this particular one. And on the back side, it gives you a little bit of information about Andrew McCutchen. The second one up is an Adrian Gonzalez. So this is a 25 card set, insert set, and we're not going to go through everybody, but we will give you an idea of what the pictures look like. And you know, most of the stars of the time. In 2016, you know, the players who were sort of the big names that Major League Baseball and, of course, Topps is trying to promote. Robinson Cano, and obviously with him in the dugout, it looks like they're at the Oakland Coliseum. Robbie Cano with his bats and walking away. Next one up is, of course, always popular Bryce Harper. And Harp, of course, with that swing. I'm not sure who they're playing there. It looks like it could be in Philadelphia, which is where he calls his home now. There's Harp, middle of his swing. And our next one up is how this guy wandered into the set, I have no idea. And this would be Rusney Castillo. So Rusney Castillo did not have a long track record in Boston. Obviously, it was a signing that they threw a lot of money at who never really panned out. Cuban player. I think last time I heard he was stuck in the minor leagues somewhere. I don't know that for sure. I'll have to look him up. But Rusney Castillo, there were a lot of hopes put into him. And, of course, you know, not so much anymore with Benintendi, Bradley, and now Verdugo patrolling the outfield. Another guy who, you know, I'd hate to say it, but it's starting to look more and more and more that he's not going to live up to his potential, is Byron Buxton. Defensively, really, really strong center fielder, but really lacking at the plate. And I don't know if that's because of the concussions that he had in the minor leagues and some of the stuff that he suffered since coming up to the big league level. But yeah, there's Byron Buxton for you. And, you know, he's looking like a guy who's a high-end Gary Pettis, can run, can play the defense. Of course, Pettis didn't have much pop in the bat, but Buxton has a little bit of that. The next guy up doesn't have a team right now, and arguably one of the strongest players in recent memories is Yasiel Puig. Bouncing around a little bit, obviously was with Cincinnati and then dealt over to Cleveland and now without a team. Certainly his personality is a little bit strong. I really do hope he gets back in the game and kind of settles himself down a bit. But that's Yasiel Puig. And for those of you who've followed our channel, or Franchuk, who we did an interview with, was the Double-A hitting coach for Chattanooga in 2013, and that's where Puig played his Double-A season. There's Troy Tulowitzki sliding into second base, not in the familiar Colorado uniform, but in a Blue Jay uniform. And somebody from Kansas City is looking to apply the tag, and there's Tulo getting his slide on. Johnny Peralta of the Cardinals. Cool picture. Neat sight lines, obviously down left field line there. Not sure where they're playing. It doesn't look like it's a home game. And I don't know if that's San Diego or not. But no, you know what? It looks like it could be PNC Park in Pittsburgh. See a bunch of K's up in the upper left corner. And that might be Pirates down the left field line. That's a pretty cool picture of Johnny Peralta getting stretched out before he follows Colton Wong in the batting order. Another guy who there was high hopes for, and there's sliding in is Colton Wong, is Jung Ho Kang. Jung Ho Kang, the South Korean player, got himself into some trouble on both sides of the water. But some people would say he has a drinking problem. Some people would say he has a stopping problem, and some people will say that he's doing it while he's got a driving problem. And unfortunately for Jung Ho Kang, he got himself into some trouble, and of course was denied entry into the United States until he could get that DUI off his record. Next up is Chris Bryant. It's a pretty neat looking card as he's coming off the field, and I'm not sure. It looks like he could be in Minnesota in this perspective in an interleague game, but and I think it is in Minnesota. Pretty cool photo. Again, close up, and you get a chance to see kind of what the players are seeing on from their perspective. All-time great hitter, and I think he's going to the Hall of Fame, and that's David Ortiz. Signing a few autographs for the kids. Of course, really popular player for many years in Boston. Getting a chance to interact with the fans in behind, and there's Big Poppy. Legend, maybe not in this uniform, but certainly a legend. Ichiro Suzuki, and obviously getting a chance to extend his career playing in Florida, and of course obviously played with the Yankees. Ichiro brought a lot to the game, and obviously with those young players, influencing them, those future stars as they move into the game. I'm going to skip over a couple guys here, but I'll pull out a couple other ones that I think are most notable. Here's another one, Yadi Molina. I'm not going to show you Justin Upton. Yadi Molina coming out of the dugout. Certainly, in my opinion, a surefire Hall of Famer, St. Louis Cardinal catcher. Outstanding career for the Cards. Another guy who having himself a good career, Gregory Polanco, kind of a neat looking card, wearing the camo tops, and looks like he's getting tagged out or tagged safe by Yadi. To me, this guy here should have never left Tampa Bay. Evan Longoria, hasn't been the same kind of player now that he's out in San Francisco. He's a nice player, but not producing the numbers. But a cool picture nonetheless, and obviously Longoria's best years playing down there in Tropicana Field. Another guy who's now retired is Mark Teixeira with the Yankees. In some ways, he's kind of a poor man's Don Mattingly, and I like Don Mattingly. I also like Mark Teixeira, but just didn't quite get to that next level where you're talking about getting into the Hall of Fame. For the Brewer fans out there, we'll throw up this guy. That'd be Ryan Braun. Ryan Braun sliding in, looks like the third base, or maybe going back to first base on a fly ball or something like that he's got to hurry back on. There's a neat picture. Too bad his career got a little bit derailed by injuries, and of course at the latter end he tore his Achilles tendon. But Ryan Howard, really nice first baseman for the Phillies, had some pretty productive years. A legend, and obviously they like to throw the legends in here. Here's a legend right here, Cal Ripken Jr. and Cal Ripken Jr.'s perspectives. Fun to watch him play, everyday player. And it was neat. I was doing a little bit of research, and Cal Ripken Jr. came off the bench, and I think it was in the 83 All-Star game. And the shortstop for the American League was Robin Yount, and Ripken came off the bench and replaced Robin Yount in that game. And of course, Robin Yount moved on into center field in the later part of his career, and Ripken ended up finishing his career at third base. Another Hall of Famer, of course, with the Arizona Diamondbacks at this time. We've got the big unit. Kind of a neat overall perspective. And what I find fascinating actually is his arm action, where his arm is and how his arm is back. and how far it's torqued back. That's a lot of strain on the shoulder, and of course the way he threw, I would have thought there would have been more strain on his elbow as well. But had a lengthy career and one of the biggest guys in the game, 6'10". Another Hall of Famer, Craig Biggio. Craig Biggio, long time, in fact, only a Houston Astro all the way through his career. A phenomenal career. Bagwell and Berkman and Biggio and Beltran for a while there, holding it down, all the Bs in Houston. More could be said about this guy, the Ryan Express. Nolan Ryan, okay, at the Houston Astrodome, cool picture there, given the stare down, but arguably one of the best pitchers of our time. And I don't know if you always could say I don't know if I'll ever see a Nolan Ryan again, but for the length of time and for how long he played, and for here he was in his mid to upper 40s, still pitching at a high level and throwing the ball 95, 96 miles an hour is absolutely unbelievable. And last but not least, I think this is a really cool picture. Hall of Fame shortstop, Ozzie Smith, the Wizard of Oz. And, dropping down a bunt, which is kind of a lost piece of the game these days, or lost art in the game. Ozzie trying to scratch and claw his way on however he had to do it. Well, if you like this video, and if you're interested and you want any of these cards, I got a few Ozzie Smiths, and what you see of Ozzie there, I've got quite a few of the other guys too, in about this amount. Most of these cards are fairly inexpensive, and you can get them for $1 a piece on eBay plus the shipping and handling. They're not too expensive, and I've seen a few people grade them. There's a few graded cards that are out there, and in my opinion, I don't know. I don't think it's worth to pay the $8 to $10 or whatever it is these days to have a card graded, and then possibly have it only turn out to be an 8 or a 7 out of 10, and not necessarily worth the price for something like this to take to go get graded. Thanks again for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you can come on back and catch another one of our videos in the near future. This has been another Last Raps Baseball video production. Have a great day, everybody.